Now, I listen to a lot of music, but this might just be the most hypocritical album of the year. The original video that I posted about this topic only a day ago has already gotten some difficult comments, saying I'm a flop, saying I tanked, saying I'm from Israel because I quote defended Timothy Heller, which I found this one pretty funny, and just spamming people under my comments who actually agreed with me instead of mindlessly worshipping Melanie. Some were saying I was far too harsh on the album itself, others getting on my ass because I was deleting certain comments because they were very offensive and hurtful towards Timothy Heller. However, the one I took the most offense to was this one that said I copied Melanie's Portals creature. The funny thing is, I absolutely can see where they're coming from about this. They're both funny colours and they both got 4 eyes, but apart from that, that's where the similarities end. I've had this character since I was 12. He was actually based off of the typical stereotypical little green man thing for aliens, and also from praying mantises. I absolutely can see the similarities, but come on, do you really think I based my character off of Melanie Martinez when I've made 2 videos exposing her for bad behaviour? Do you really think that I would stoop that low? And as it turns out, I attracted this crowd not because they found my video organically, but because a Melanie fan on YouTube made a community post about me. Which makes a lot of these comments make a bit more sense because it seems like some of these people know each other. Now, what do I do about this? Do I delete the video, delete all my community posts, and apologise to the Melanie Martinez fandom? Nah, we doubling down, baby! Woo! I'm deciding to post the album review on its own, which I was gonna do originally, but I was thinking of holding off. But now, nah. And if you're gonna be disrespectful to Timothy Heller in my comments, blocked, deleted, gone. We tripling down, baby. And before I get the inevitable comment that says, "You're obsessed with Melanie Martinez, why have you made 3 videos on her?" And to answer that completely honestly, my cartoons aren't exactly getting me any closer to being able to pay my bills. YouTube is one big content machine. God forbid I try and put my little cog in there. Anyways, enjoy the video. However, the video also deals with some rather mature topics that could be triggering to some people, so pause to read and proceed with caution. Thank you. Now, in my opinion, is Hades one of the worst albums of 2026? Maybe. It absolutely was not the best for many reasons, but I'm sure there's worse out there. However, do I think that Hades was the most hypocritical album of 2026? Absolutely. And in this sort of independent review video, I'm going to go through every single song, tell you what I think about it, and if need be, tell you why I think the song is hypocritical. And spoiler alert, most of them are. So without further ado, let's get into the review. You know what? I actually did not hate this song. It was a really nice opening to the album. It really set out the vibe she was attempting to go for. The instrumental is really well done, and I think her vocals are quite fitting for this sort of instrumental. The only thing that kind of really bogged it down is towards the end there's a segment that just sounds really, really bad. Like, it sounds like, you know, movie trailers where they like take a song and just really like dramatize it. It sounded like that in my opinion. I really did not like that part close to the end. It kind of ruined the song for me. I get she was going for this big opening number, but that part really did not work for me. Apologies, there are dogs barking outside. I cannot help that. So, other than that really weird bit at the end, I would say this is an okay song. It's by no means bad besides that bit at the end. I'd give it a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Because here's the gag. How do I say this nicely?
The lyrics on this track are absolutely awful. Towards the end of the song, she literally starts singing Yankee Doodle. Are you kidding me? Don't even get me started on "His face made me wet when I pulled out the knife." Are you what is this? Is this 2016 again? Are we back at fucking Crybaby? Oh, are you kidding? She wanted to explore this cult vibe because her character, like the album revolves around a character circle who came from a cult, but she fails so miserably. It's awful. I would rate this like a 2 at most out of 10. This sucks. The instrumental is cool, but that's about it.
No. I said no. You can kill all that right now. Like at this moment, stop.
Starting off strong, another song I did not like. It's like she hasn't musically evolved since Crybaby in terms of storytelling, because this song, I would expect something like this off of Crybaby or maybe K through 12. In this one, she sort of talks about how she feels trapped by a man, like, I woke up in a jar. The song is about how he abuses her, but she's his possession, so she's a good housewife. And how she doesn't care that other women come by. He cheats on her, but she says, I'll go along diddy-dom, dom-dom, diddy-dom. I really don't like that bit. Like, again, it's a case of, I understand what she's trying to do with this song, like, talking about how, like, men, like, can manipulate you and how, like, you know, he mistreats me, but, you know, I'll go along with it because he loves me. But again, this is the sort of storytelling I expect to see on Crybaby, not this. So, again, I'd give this song, like, a 4 because the instrumental's nice, but it's also way too short. Like, this is a common theme of the songs on this album. They're either way too long or they're way too short. And this is one of the ones where it's way too short and just too repetitive. I'll give it a 3 or a 4. Yes, the woke song on the album. I am just joking, but the image you just saw me put for this song just sums up how I feel about it. God, is this song annoying. On this one, she sings in this really whispery voice, like, before the chorus, and then before the chorus, she just repeats the last phrase over and over. It's so grating. And she has this filter on her voice before the chorus, so it just sounds really just odd. And then at one point in the song, towards the end, she just, like, recites the words, but she just put this horrible filter over her voice. It's like what she did with Powder on Portals. I hated that bit. It was so uncomfortable. It did not sound good. It ruined the vibe of the song they were going for. I don't know, this whole track just sucks balls. I would give it a 2. I didn't even like the instrumental for this one. Yet again, another bad song on this album. It's not going well. This song sounds really nice. It sure is a shame that I can barely make out any word Melanie Martinez is saying on this damn track. Why is she slurring so much? Why can I not hear a single word? Even the chorus, I could barely make out what she was saying at sometimes. I had to Google the lyrics on this one because I had no idea what she was saying. Perfectly good instrumental, ruined by some subpar vocals. Gah! Lyrically, it's quite a nice, like, commentary on what it's like to be a musician and what it's like to be famous. The bit at the beginning, though, the poetry with the really high-pitched voice, sucked balls, always skip that bit, terrible. But yeah, apart from the slurred vocals and the weird intro, it's quite a good song. It's just a shame that, like other Melanie Martinez songs, some of the lyrics are a bit hypocritical, if you know what I mean. I'll give this one a 5, since it's nowhere near as good as Garbage, but at the same time, I'd pick this one any day over White Boy with a Gun.
Shalom MTV Israel, my new album 1989 is out now. Check it out.
I cannot name a single good thing about this song, aside from that guitar solo that happened. That was pretty cool. Apart from that, I have nothing positive to say about this song. It is the worst by far on this project. The lyrics deafeningly cringe. I winced so much listening to this. The first line made me cringe. Most of this song doesn't even rhyme. I get she's going for like the whole, quote, female rage thing, but oh, it falls on its face. It's terrible. And once again, typical Melanie Martinez lyricism. Talking about being mistreated and abused when multiple people have come out saying that you have mistreated them and been a horrible person. Yes, before you comment, I know she's singing about her character Circle, but also at the same time, where do you think she gets the inspiration from these songs? Herself! And this is all speculation, but take this as a grain of salt. And yes, I'm getting into criticizing Melanie Martinez as a person, but with a song like this, I just have to intervene with something, because it made me sick hearing this theory about what this song is about. People online were speculating that this is yet another song about Timothy Heller. Now look at what you've done to me. I used to let them step on my vertebrae. My angels put a hex on you. I guess they had a grudge too. Are you kidding me? Basic, aren't ya? Santa Monica. Someone online, I cannot find the screenshot of who posted this originally, but someone said Timothy Heller used to live in Santa Monica. If that is true, I don't even know what to say. And to everybody who's going to say, oh no, you're reaching, bro, you're reaching. Grudges is not about Timothy Heller. If those lyrics don't give a little inkling in your head as to what I am putting out there, I don't even know what to say. And if it is true that Timothy Heller used to live in Santa Monica, that is undeniable proof that this song is about Timothy Heller. And this is the same woman who released a diss track after she was accused of something horrible. Let's not put it past her. This is something she would do. My angels put a hex on you. Guess they had a grudge too. The angels obviously being her absolutely deranged preschool fans, who she thanked, mind you, for poking holes in Timothy Heller's testimony. While I have looked at the, quote, evidence provided that Timothy Heller was lying, it is simply not enough proof to just completely disregard what she said. Yes, her iCloud thing said the wrong date. iClouds can mess up. And mind you, absolutely none of that matters. Why? Because Melanie herself confirmed these two had sex. Whether it was consensual or not, still up in the air. But Melanie confirmed that the event did happen. So poking holes in a story isn't going to do anything when she herself confirmed something happened. And with all that being said, this song makes me sick. Regardless of it being about Timothy Heller or not, it is massively narcissistic. I hate this song. 0 out of 10. I put that gif at the start because holy crap, the beat is catchy. I love this instrumental. However, the lyrics once again very, very, very hypocritical, talking about anti-capitalism while releasing 15 different vinyl records of your album critiquing capitalism. She just might well be the biggest hypocrite in music. I'm gonna give this song a 7 because I really love the instrumental and the themes of the song. It's just a shame that she doesn't follow through with it in real life.
Hey everyone, I'm already crying.
Aside from the stupid TikTok lingo as the title, I quite like this song. It's really mellow, it's really emotional, it's really sad, talking about like struggles of relationships and stuff like that. And I don't have much else to say about it. The instrumental's nice, the pattern of lyricism is nice, it's just, even the vocals are nice, it's just a really nice song. I'll give it a 7 to 8.
Gotta be man. I gotta be man. I gotta be man.
Another self-loathing song complaining about fame and fans. Yawn, give me a break. The whole song is very forgettable and just, it's the narcissism. It's the narcissism. I don't like this song. It's grating to me. It's a 3 because the instrumental's nice. I hate everything else.
Bitch, you're bald and you're fat.
This song perplexes me because on one hand, it's quite a good commentary on like the music industry and how the fans and paparazzi view gaining weight as like demonic and the worst thing a woman can do. But on the other hand, I wish I could find this post. It seems the OP has deleted it and nobody documented it, but I vividly remember a Melanie Martinez fan getting upset at Weight Watchers because Melanie Martinez's song Mrs. Potato Head was the reason that she herself got her breast implants removed, because that song taught her to love herself as she is. But now in this song, Melanie's just talking about how she openly just got breast implants. And I get that that's kind of taking the line out of context, because that line itself says, I got bigger boobs so that I could transcend it. Now all that I read is, oh, I think she's pregnant. The message of the line and the song itself is that even if you get plastic surgery, people are still gonna judge you. No matter what your body looks like, you're still gonna be judged. And that's basically what the entire song's about. Though I can understand why fans were upset at this, especially that fan in particular. It's just a little bit not so black and white. But on its own, minus the controversy, it's a meh song at best. It is not my favourite by any means. I just find it very repetitive, and once again using those crybaby-esque rhythms. I'm just not a fan. It seems so childish, and I get that's her whole brand, but I thought we left Crybaby behind. I thought Crybaby died and became something else entirely. It just feels like I'm back on Crybaby with this song. I really do not like it. And I just feel like Melanie has not truly evolved as an artist like everyone says she has. So this song, I'd give it a 4. It's well made, I just think it's really childish and just not very well evolved.
No, this isn't music. No, I don't like this, David. No, that's enough. No, David, I don't like that. No.
Once again, I have absolutely nothing positive to say about this track. I really did not like this. I do appreciate that this is a new and out there sound for Melanie, and I really do appreciate taking that risk, but I just don't think it paid off. I really do not like this song. I was happy when it was over. I didn't like the vocals, I didn't like the instrumental. I understood what she was going for, and it was a really interesting concept with the lyrics, but the instrumental just really distracted from it. I was personally not a fan. I would rate this a 2. I would not listen to this willingly ever again.
Hello? Oh, hello?
Once again, a song with a really good message that sounds quite nice. Once again, hypocritical. A song hypercritical of billionaires, inflation, pollution, wildfires, global warming, and especially AI. It's even in the title. However, Melanie was caught using AI multiple times through her career. And even in recent days, there's been speculation that some of the images for this album have been AI generated. Like, this one here. You cannot tell me that Gen AI was not involved in some way. Look me in my face and tell me this isn't somewhat generated by AI. Tell me. You can't. Exactly. Just look at this, man. And as you can see here, there are multiple cases of Melanie using AI. Even for her merchandise, which is completely scummy in my opinion. There is no excuse for selling people AI-generated designs on your merch. You're essentially scamming people. Making a song against AI while selling AI-generated merch has to be some of the most brain-dead stuff I've ever heard. This is literally Hypocrisy, the album. It's baffling at this point. And yes, I found these images from the Snark Reddit, but I couldn't find them anywhere else. No, I do not endorse snarking. I'm not a snarker myself. I don't post on those sorts of things. It's just the only place I could find images of Melanie using AI, because her own subreddit was not very helpful besides one post. Hypocritical message aside though, this song it's very nice. It's nothing special, so I'd give it a 6. It's definitely better than other tracks on this album by a mile. It's just very forgettable in my opinion. This is just if Carousel was woke. Literally reheating your own nachos here. This is pathetic. Pathetic excuse of artistry. Genuinely, I have no nice words to say about this. You're just stealing your own music. Just making it politically charged for this album because it's about dystopia. I don't fucking care. There is no creativity here, stealing your own rhythms. And there was another music reviewer who said that the message behind this song was really good, but the stupid, childish melody that she stole from herself just took away from it. And I completely agree. The silly carousel-like carnival vibe that she has going on here does not work for a song about homelessness and capitalism. Song about capitalism is crazy when you see her merch prices as well. Jesus Christ. A 1. This gets a 1. Only a 1 because it's slightly better than Grudges. Jesus. The lyricism on this song is once again very weak. I also find the instrumental on this to be particularly weak as well. Just very basic, very repetitive. I mean, I get that's what she's going for. It's very streamlined in what it's trying to say. Beauty standards are bad. And then she goes on about your boyfriend liked my photo this time, which is very weird. I don't know why she thought to include that. Oh, and by the way, she rhymes time with time. Genuinely brilliant lyricism, Melanie. Good job. Lyricist of the century here. 2.
Is your family accepting of your LGBTQ lifestyle?
The intro to this song had me so hyped up. And then the flipping beat kicked in and then I tuned out. I then listened to it again when I was in a better mood because the intro and then the subsequent flop that came after it genuinely put me in a bad mood. I came back to it and I did not enjoy this. I get it, she's trying to stir something up, she's trying to be provocative and make like a social commentary about like how religion enables toxic masculinity and predation of little boys. She talks about molestation of little boys and then says, pray to my pussy. It is disgusting the way she goes about this song. It is vile. genuinely vile way to go about spreading awareness and making a statement about toxic masculinity and predation. She also just talks about toxic men just being gay, which is a very, 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 very bad way to look at toxic masculinity. Like, saying all these misogynistic men are secretly gay is a very homophobic statement in itself, so yeah, intentional or not, this song comes across as very homophobic and a very narrow view of toxic masculinity in itself, and a very disgusting way to bring awareness to child molestation. It is just not very good at all. The instrumental is not good, the lyrics are terrible, the vocals are not the best. I truly cannot give this anything more than a 0. It is truly terrible.
Let's go to hell. Stop!
I really like this song, I just wish it didn't have that absolutely stupid voice filter on it. Again, with these goofy voice filters, I've had enough. The song would be good if she didn't sound like flippin' Alvin and the Chipmunks. Damn! But also, yet again, it's another song about, like, global warming when you use AI, so redundant message, but I really like this one, I just wish it didn't sound like flippin' Alvin. 5.
Fragment, foot, bullet,
This song had no business being 7 minutes long. It is pure delusion in itself. Essentially, Melanie made a song about snark Reddits, saying that when she gets a hate comment, she can't tell if it's between a bot or a child on their mum's iPad. Or an incel. She says the word incel on an album that's supposed to be about dystopia, that's supposed to be a story. She says the word incel. This whole song just reminds me of Nicki Minaj's coke rants on Instagram Live. She is genuinely delusional. And I get it, it has a good message. It's saying that, like, that hating on someone else won't make you love yourself anymore. However, this song just comes across as so tone deaf, because this just shows you that Melanie sees the criticism against her. She just picks and chooses what she sees. She just sees hatred of herself and her body, which is terrible, but she also just chooses to ignore the actual valid criticism and just brushes it all off as a personal attack on, like, her weight, or her artistry, or her body, or her face. All this delusion for a song that doesn't even sound good. It's too long. It's far too long. This song could have been an email. I give it like a 3, man. I don't even know anymore.
Boring. Yawning. Sloppy.
Last song on the album. Finally, I can get through this. This section has sucked the life out of me. I've had to make like 3 sandwiches just to keep myself sane. And as for the last 2 people on Earth, it's boring, yawning, sloppy, lazy. It's about the end of the world and how her and her lover just want to, you know, copulate instead of panicking and, like, pointless nonsense. It's a vibe, but it also doesn't land very well for me. I think the lyrics just take away from it. I know it's a song about, like, having sex, but the way she goes about it just feels vulgar instead of, like, nice and heartwarming like the song's supposed to be. It just comes across as vulgar and gross for me. A song about you and your lover making love at the end of the world while everyone else panics is supposed to be romantic and, like, really deep. But then she just talks about getting wet. She says getting wet like a waterboard. Why did she even say that for? The song is just so vulgar that it takes away from anything romantic about it. And I get it, we're supposed to be vulgar, but that's why I don't like it. It just doesn't work for me. So for that, I can only give it like a 4. The instrumental is really nice, but the vibe does not land for me. I'm sorry. And there we have it. That is my thoughts on every single song from Hades. Good lord, that sucked the soul out of me. And here's just a little tier list that I've made to show you my rankings of the songs so you can see where I'd put them. And as a shock to absolutely no one, majority of these songs are vastly hypocritical. The main examples being Batshit Intelligence, Grudges, Monopoly Man, Hell's Front Porch, and White Boy with a Gun. Batshit Intelligence and Hell's Front Porch are about the dangers of global warming, and Batshit Intelligence specifically blames, like, the higher-ups and AI and stuff like that. But then when you look at her past and her seemingly future, she continues to be associated with / uses AI. She quite literally is part of the problem. And I know that recently she's come out and said that AI has no place in art, but then when you look at some of her merchandise that has allegedly used AI, it is a direct contradiction of the message of this song. If she truly is selling AI-generated merch, she is a part of the problem, even if she still personally uses AI for, quote, fun, as she said in that one screenshot. She is still contributing to the intense global warming and emissions that generative AI creates. And in White Boy with a Gun, she critiques performative men who use wokeness to try and get women, but then when you look at Melanie's political stance recently, it has been silence since Portals. And even then it's been inconsistent. And no, one line in a song that says they call genocides wars is not activism. That is just using a situation for brownie points. She is a part of this performatively woke group that her own song talks about. She uses political statements as social credit to make herself look like this progressive figure, when in real life, you can clearly see she's not. And don't even get me started on Grudges. That song, the length of that segment that I talked about Grudges speaks for itself. I find that song repulsive and a direct contradiction in values. The songs Grudges and Piggyback paired together perfectly showcase this victim complex that Melanie Martinez has failed to shake since 2016. In every situation, she needs to be the victim, when in real life, it seems to be the direct opposite of that. In Grudges, she paints herself as this, quote, perfect little angel for you, and that even when she just treats you well, she still gets mistreated. She is the victim. She is on the receiving end of the abuse, which we can see with her pattern of behaviour may not be entirely true. And Monopoly Man being against capitalism, while Melanie Martinez is by definition a capitalist. Melanie Martinez sings about rich men owning mansions while nobody else can eat, while she sits in her $1 million custom mansion selling you around $80 worth of perfume holders that only hold 5 milliliters of perfume. And while as much as she'd like to paint herself as one of the common folk who are against capitalism, Melanie Martinez is by definition a capitalist. She capitalizes on her young fans' parents' wallets for low-quality slop merchandise. And no matter how much she's in denial about this, Melanie Martinez is a part of the problem. And this album makes it perfectly clear that she has a very hard time recognizing that sometimes she is the problem, or especially a part of the problem. Whether that be in personal relationships or just society as a whole, she just denies that she has any fault in anything. And that is why I believe that Hades is the most hypocritical album of 2026, and that this is a perfect example of Melanie Martinez's warped view on the world and how she views herself. This album makes it painfully clear that she sees herself as this progressive, woke individual, but when you take a look at her profile for more than 5 seconds, you figure out that she's not, and that she has some deeply hypocritical values. And that is what makes this album so stupid and pointless to me. And what makes it so pointless is that she wants to make a commentary on dystopia and how the world is slowly falling into such, but she doesn't even have the backbone to uphold the views that she poses on this album. And that is why I truly think this is the most hypocritical album of 2026. I think it's awful, truly. And if you actually made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Your views really do mean everything to me. I'm really struggling right now in terms of financial stuff, and YouTube's been like my last resort. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so if somehow I could reach that and potentially gain ad revenue, I would be so grateful, because I am just really not doing well at the moment. And if you'd like to support my channel, you could like, subscribe, but if you want to go that extra step, I have a Redbubble shop where I put up little silly design things. I also have commissions open. If you'd like me to draw you something, I will work for literal pennies. No, I'm not joking. I use PayPal, and if you would like me to do you a little drawing, I absolutely would do so, happily. Though the main goal is to get monetized and start gaining ad revenue, if you would like to support my channel, I would be forever grateful, and if you do, I will happily give you a shout out in future videos. So, that's it. Thank you very much. I would really appreciate the support. These things take ages to make, so even just a like or a subscribe would be so appreciated. Thank you so much. Goodbye!